I'm just quickly wanted to shoot a quick bit of video, and all I've got with me is my phone, and I've never used that before, so I have absolutely no idea how this is going to look. In fact, I'm just going to do a quick test in case it's like cutting off the top of my head or my eyes. Basically, the core problem is I like to shoot my videos in 60 frames per second. Unfortunately, the front-facing camera on this phone will not do 60 frames per second. So I'm using the rear camera, which is great, except it means I have no idea if I'm in shot properly or not. So I'm going to just quickly test that. Okay, I can confirm that yes, I was perfectly framed. So I just need to hold the phone in the exact same position and we're good to go. Right, I'm waiting to get Jasper from school, and I wasn't going to shoot a video today, and then I was, and then I wasn't, and you know, to be honest, I got a little distracted this morning by a bunch of Brexit news. Brexit news always distracts me. I tell you, once we get like through this little constitutional crisis one way or the other, then I'll be able to get back to vlogging properly without the distractions. Anyway, moving rapidly on from that hot potato of a subject, I have just watched a fantastic little video which I will link in the description. It's basically a Sur-Ron X, which is kind of halfway between an e-bike and an electric motorcycle. So, you know, obviously would not be legal on the roads here unless it was properly licensed and had a number plate and all that sort of thing, which I don't know if you can even do that for the Sur-Ron. But it was doing this dirt trail race, basically 15 miles of sort of really bumpy dirt track in Colorado. It was in its open class. It actually came first, despite the fact that he had to push it through the last 3 corners because it ran out of power. It was only a 15-mile race, but it's constant acceleration, braking, uphill, you know, over boulders and all sorts. It would have been challenging. The bike apparently will do 50 miles if you ride it sensibly, but I thought it was very interesting. In particular, I found it interesting the way he was zipping past the petrol-powered dirt bikes that were on the course as well, sort of quite easily. It's just to hear the way they were sort of having to ride and constantly changing gear and throttle and all that sort of thing. I could definitely see how an electric bike would leave the rider with a lot more time to actually think about the riding as opposed to managing the engine on the vehicle, which seems to take up a disproportionately large amount of people's time and attention, which I think that's actually true in electric vehicles on the road, like my Tesla as well. I don't have to worry about the clutch or the gear, so I'm free to think about what's around the vehicle and what I want the vehicle to do in a greater amount of detail. And then when I want to do something, I'm free to do it that much quicker and more efficiently. And it's one of the reasons why I like driving electric vehicles as much as I do. Right, anyway, I think what I'm going to try and do for today is I'm sort of going through things at the moment, like, you know, the news, EV news, stuff like that. I'm not going to cover off anything really big today, like the Porsche Taycan, because I think that deserves a whole vlog post all to itself. Probably the same with the VW ID3 and ID4 and all their sort of different announcements that they've been coming up with. So there's lots of interesting stuff out there which I will cover off, and today is going to be more of a sort of rounding up some of the little bits and bobs. Like, for example, did you know that Tesla supercharging version 3 with up to 150 kilowatts is being rolled out across Europe as we speak? That's pretty awesome. Something else which I actually did not know, how I missed this I have no idea, but there was a CCS adapter available for Teslas, and I would quite like to get that fitted for this car. Now, I believe it actually requires a retrofit, which will cost like 500 euros, so I'm guessing probably about 500 pounds. And with that retrofit, you also get the adapter, and then you're free to use CCS chargers. Not sure how fast it would go on this car, not sure if it's a good idea or not, but luckily I have got some Tesla credit, so that seems like a pretty good thing to spend that on. In fact, I might try and just give them a ring now and ask them some questions about it, although I'm betting I won't be able to get through to anyone to ask them, but I'll try anyway. Right, we'll pick this up in a second. Well, that was absolutely useless. I just tried to ring Tesla to ask about the CCS adapter and there was no response, no useful ability to get through to anyone. Which, I mean, I'm going to try and use the app, but I prefer talking to people. I find it to be quicker and more convenient. Anyway, I haven't tried using the app yet, so I guess I probably shouldn't have said that yet. I'll try the app and then I'll get back to you. Wow, I have just had the most annoying experience with this phone. Basically, when I shoot some video and I want to do it for the vlog, it tends to be a couple of gigs in the video, at least. The last thing I want to do is fill up my Google Photos storage by backing that up. I'm going to copy it from my phone to my laptop so that I can edit it, right? Nothing complicated or particularly abnormal about that as a course of action, at least didn't seem to me to be that strange. And yet, because of the way the backup and sync works in the Google Photos app, it will basically delete it off your phone if you delete it out of the Google Photos app. So you can't do that, which means it just fills up your Google Photos storage and there's basically nothing you can do about it unless you turn off the sync. But then if you turn off the sync, when you turn it back on again, half the time it will go and find the things you don't want to back up and delete them off your phone anyway. Or alternatively, fill everything up with like giant videos for the vlog. I mean, it's just, right, I'm gonna make myself feel better with some chocolate. Anyway, looks like this is gonna be an entire vlog post shot on absolutely nothing but my phone. Almost forgot to mention, I'm going to edit this video on my phone as well using Adobe Rush. Can be a bit fiddly using a small touchscreen to do editing. So this is going to be the full, I'm making a whole video with nothing but my phone test vlog. Yeah. Let me know in the comments below if you think it was okay or not. Jasper's doing his football thing now, which is brilliant. I've got some wheels from Stick Revolution as well, some foamies as they're calling them, which are basically rough stuff wheels but bigger and squidgier, I think. So we'll have a proper look at those, but I need some decent weather and enough time to fit them onto my GTX. I am actually planning on doing a little bit of skating around a lake in the coming week, so maybe that would be a good time to do that video. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I think it's time to say goodbye for the day. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already, and I'll see you in the next episode of my vlog. Bye.